In the last class, we have read about the Delhi Sultanate and the timeline basically, and some important salient points. I think this is the background on which, or foundation on which we can draw certain inferences. I have told you also in that class only that you have to write down on the Indo-Islamic architecture and the Sufi traditions. Definitely you must have written it, because unless you are not writing, you are not going to get any advantage of this class. Two things are very important for this class, that you have to take out pen and copy on a piece of paper. That should be your notebook on which you should write down the salient points. Whatever I am writing, as if you are taking a personal tuition from me. It is not a classroom type of a study, it is a personal tuition type of a study, so that you are taking a personal tuition. And you have to do the homework, because tutor is required to see the homework also, but it is a digital medium, I cannot see your homework, but you should write. Third thing is that whatever the book I am referring, that you please go through the book R.S. Sharma, and that class I have to erroneously and hint, it is the Medieval India, R.S. Sharma Medieval India of the old textbook, and the class 11 Introduction of Fine Arts, the class 11, the Indo-Islamic architecture. For that I have told that you have to read. Definitely you must have done homework like a good student, good civil services aspirant. Now you must have written regarding the Sufi. You must have written very good, I am very sure. But I am telling you some of the salient points related to the Sufi traditions, very important to understand the Delhi Sultanate or to the Mughal dynasty. You require to understand the Sufi traditions. First thing, you require to understand some of the Hadith or the Sharia of the Qurans, how it has originated from the Prophet Muhammad, in which way it has influenced the Mughals as well as the Sultanate people, in which way, what was the thing. So this is very important to understand. Unless you are not understanding, you will not be able to take those difficult type of questions which UPSC is usually very known. I mean to ask this type of questions. Nuances of UPSC are very strange, and in that you require to develop the concepts. Then they are very much keen that the mugging or a routing type of approach of the coaching institute or the students should go away. Students should have a real concept by their own study. So my dear sir, please read all those things. The R.S. Sharma and this one, write down, then only you listen, then it is going to help you. Coming to the Sufi traditions, the salient points which you have written or you have missed, that I want to tell you. The Sufi tradition is having almost 1,000 years of history. Evolving in India since 1,000 years, we are finding the Sufi traditions and touching the different facets of life in India. It is known for the mystic tradition, mysticism, that is the soul of the Sufi tradition, mystic tradition. No, and it was more visible during the Delhi Sultanate period. You just see in the Delhi Sultanate period that you are finding that from this period, this is more visible, and it was visible throughout in India. No, even in the Mughal period, you are finding that Akbar was visiting the Ajmer Sharif and all those. So, from the 1200 onwards, we are finding that the Sufi tradition is more prevalent. It touched the literature of India, education, the religious movement, divine spirituality, the cosmic harmony, all the fields. If you see that what was the condition at that time, you have seen that the trade route which was going from the China to Mediterranean and from the Indian China to Mediterranean, and from the Indian side it was matching here somewhere near Takshila or above that. So this trade route was uninterrupted. It was a great cultural exchange field. The culture, besides the business and commercial interest, it was a cultural exchange was going on. Up to 900 year AD, this trade route was going peacefully. We are finding that the Abbasid Caliphate, that is from the 750 to 1256, we are finding this phase, that the Persia, Baghdad, this is the place, Baghdad, Persia, Baghdad, which is the birthplace of the Sufism. And at that time in the Persia, Baghdad, some of the great Sufi saints, Sufi scholars, that the Abu Talib, Al-Bashir and Rabia, the name are very popular. No? So from Baghdad, that the Persia, you are having the mind map. Please have the mind map of where is the Persia. You have seen lot of time the map. From Persia it has come to Iran. Iran it travelled to Afghanistan. You just see, whenever it is travelling from one place to another, no, the great cultural exchange is taking place. No, we have seen in the Afghanistan at the time of Ghaznavi, Muhammad Ghaznavi, that the 11th century. I have told you that 1030 Firdausi, 1025 Firdaus died at that time, no? Al-Baruni was there at that time, no? Al-Baruni, Al-Baruni. We are having one chapter on Al-Baruni also. So we find that at that time, the Persian inspired Muslim culture, the Islamic culture, came in contact with the Arab influence. Okay, Persia, Iran, then it came in contact with the Arab influence, and it travelled to Afghanistan, and here we are having the Turkish influence. This all has given rise a great rich traditions of the Sufism, which we are being reflected in 1190. And this Turkic traditions, when it linked with this Turkey, then the Sufi tradition was acceleration of the Sufi tradition, and when it came in the contact of the Muhammad Ghurid, in the Ghurid influence in India. Basically, Sufis were having their inspirations from Quran, Prophet Muhammad lifestyle. Prophet, Prophet, Prophet Muhammad. No? Prophet Muhammad lifestyle. We have seen in the YouTube, the documentary on National Geography, that how Prophet Muhammad was having the revelations, and the Quran was nothing but the revelations of the Allah Ta'ala, the God, the ultimate. So, in which way he was getting the revelations? What was the spiritual experience, the great journey of the spiritual experience? That is the Quran. From the Quran in the Hadith corpus, we are having the genesis of the Sufi traditions, Sufi ideology. And besides this one, the Sufi, when it traveled through the different parts, then it touched the vernacular language means the local language, and with the local language it has come in contact with the masses. And so when it came India after the Battle of Tarain at that time, then it was really a good Islamization in India to some extent. Sufism from there also went to Kashmir, and Kashmir is a land of the Sufi saints. We are having the Shai Shai Karman, who has settled in a village, Sharkaware. That is, in the Sufi song you will find a lot of Sharkar word, no? So from here, there the influence has gone to the Kashmir. Besides, I have told you that in 1206, to 1294, in this period, there was a great Mongol invasion. When Mongol invasion was there in the Central Asia, mainly in the Baghdad, Abbasid Empire has gone to the ruins. What will happen? The people migrated. When the people migrated, the intellectuals also migrated. The intellectuals will go to where? They had come to the Delhi Sultanate. And the Delhi Sultanate intellectuals, scholars, the Maulvis, they all were migrating. They are coming here. The artisans also, the architects also. So it was the catalyst in the Sufi tradition, Sufi thought in India. The scholar, student, artists, common people. That's why we are finding that there are so many madrasa in the Hajj Khas in Delhi. If you just go there and see how many madrasas are there and how many graveyards of the madrasas, the Maulvis are there. The great traditions of the education was there in India at that time. In 1290 to 1388, which page was that one? Please go to the last class. We have seen here which page was this one. This one, no? This one 1388. The Khalji dynasty is not there. It is the Tughlaqs, no? Tughlaq dynasty. At the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, no? He has gone to Daulatabad, Delhi to Daulatabad. So 1290 to 1388, that phase was there, that the spread of Sufism was there in the Deccan plateau. Now I am coming to at the time of the Delhi Sultanate, there are two things are there. One thing is that the Maulvi, I was telling that one thing is the ulama. In the court of the Delhi Sultanate, the ulama were having the influence. Ulamas are what? They are the religious scholars who are having certain knowledge about the jurisprudence and the legal laws prevalent in the Islam. That is the Sharia. If you have gone through the National Geography YouTube, you find that what is Sharia and in which way it was changing all the time, depend on the conditions. Because people, the Sharia, these are having the dynamic approach. There is one Deen and there is one Sharia. So the Sharia law, ulamas. So ulamas are having much influence in the court for the legal jurisprudence, ulamas. So they are sometimes at the time of Akbar, they were thought that they are the people who are not allowing the persons to mix with the king. They are the hindrance. So ulamas are playing the negative role. At the same time, the Sufi, they are the positive role. Sufi means only one thing. Sufi means what? Perhaps it means wool. Means they were the simple living people. They were ruling the hearts of the masses. They were the mystic. They were the fakir, compassionate. Even they were taking, no, please don't give us land. You only give us something as waqf, so that waqf means some amount, some money or something, charity in this one in the form of grain, cereals, so that we can feed the masses, whoever is coming to us. So they were compassionate. They were, so they always, they feel that the people, the downtrodden, the spiritual seeker, they should be fed. They were having the something langar type of concept, community feeding, no? Feeding. So they were also having the madrasa type of system, means student-teacher relationship was there, but here they are for the devotions, for the literature, not for the legal jurisprudence. So this one, the Sufi tradition was known as the Khanqah, K-A-N-Q-U-A-H, Khanqah or Q-A-H. Please, you note down this word. From here the questions are usually coming in the Sufi traditions. These up to that level I have told you regarding the concept. Here the Khanqah, the silsila, the Sufi tradition is very important. What happens? What is Khanqah? There was a great gathering hall. In the gathering hall there was a lodge, there was a community center, there was different dormitory are there. They were receiving work. There was a community feeding also, that langar type of system. And in the Khanka, there was a guru, a teacher, a sheikh. He was known as the sheikh, sarkar. And the sheikh and the others are the students. He was a great reference point for the people due to his simplicity, due to his mystical relationships. And the music was the means for the communication. It was spiritually hungry people, even the depressed caste members, all fed there. They were doing the worship, their puja, and their all the things there in the silsila and the traditions. So this way, there were great traditions of born, and these traditions are the different types at different phases. Most important in India was the Chishti. Chishti. You might have heard the name of the Chishti traditions that founded by Sheikh Abdul Chishti. Sheikh Abdul Chishti, please note down. And it was introduced in India by the Sheikh Moinuddin Chishti. Sheikh Moinuddin, Moinuddin, Moinuddin Chishti, Ajmer Sharif wale Chishti. Moinuddin Chishti, whose dargah is at Ajmer Sharif. He died in 1236. He came in India in 1193. You just see, Battle of Tarain in 1192. He came in India at 1193. He first came in Delhi during the Ghurid region, Muhammad Ghuri. Then he went to Ajmer, and Ajmer was the nucleus of Islamization. And a great tradition have born even after 500 years also. In 1605, the great Akbar Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, he used to visit the dargah of Ajmer Sharif, and there are some important Chishti Sufi saints like Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Khilgi, Kaki, or Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. I have told you in the last class that the Qutub Minar is on the name of the Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, paying respect to that one. Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, he died in 1236. 1236, when Razia ascended the throne, Razia Sultan. There is one Faridun Ganj Shakir. Faridin Baba Faridin Ganj Shakir. He died in 1265, and that he died in Pakistan. Nizamuddin Aulia, the most important in Delhi. In Delhi, you will find the Nizamuddin Aulia, and whenever you have heard the name of the Nizamuddin Aulia Dargah, then you will find the traditions that he died in 1335. In 1335, important phase, and Amir Khusro was his disciple, and when he died just after few months, few days, Khusro also died. So great bondage between the Sheikh and the Murid Khusro. Khusro, the great music traditions, earlier at the time of this one known as the Shama, S-A-A-M-A. Shama means the musical traditions. The music, all are singing together. And Khusro, that Kawalij. The Khusro, the music, literature, the different types of poem. We will read something related to Khusro later on, and in detail of that. So this one was there. Then Nasruddin Chirag Dahlavi, Bande Nawaz, the 1442, he died. The Aine Hind in 1375 in Bengal, besides the Chishti Silsila was very strong. There was one tradition that was the Shohrawardi tradition, Shohrawardi traditions. Shohrawardi Suhrawardi. Suhrawardi tradition, they were not though that simple. They were living the rich and comfortable life, and they were having the ample provisions for their own families also. So they were telling that no, don't bow before the sheikh, means the not bowing. Bowing before sheikh is not good, not good, and they were not shama. This is also not good. Music tradition not good, but they are having little bit influence, but it became unpopular. Regarding one tradition, Qadri is also some important. Qadri is important for the reason that the that is similar to Suhrawardi, but emphasized on the music. No, the Dara Shikoh, the son of Shah Jahan, Dara Shikoh, the son of Shah Jahan, was a follower of the Qadri tradition. So 1166 was the Qadri tradition got its birth, and there is one Naqshbandi. When the Qadri means Dara Shikoh, then Naqshbandi. Naqshbandi means Aurangzeb. Naqshbandi. Aurangzeb was a follower of the Naqshbandi tradition. Naqshbandi tradition is that Hamdani was there. Hamdani, Hamdani, Hamdani was there. He died in 1389. At that time, Bila Berang at that time, Hamdani Naqshbandi was there. Yes, Naqshbandi was one saint. He died in 1390. Babar and Aurangzeb, they were from the Naqshbandi tradition. Babar and Aurangzeb, they were from the Naqshbandi tradition. Firdausi was having the influence in Bihar. So these are some of the important aspects of the silsila. Sometimes they are being asked, usually in the provincial civil services, this type of things are being asked, not in this UPSC. Usually they are asking regarding to silsila. But yes, in mains examination related to Bhav, if you have to write something about Aurangzeb or religious policy of this one, then it is important. The rituals of this Sufi tradition is very strong, that visiting the dargah, no? Still you are finding that people are going, visiting to dargah. Visiting to dargah is a tradition that is known as the ziyarat, ziyarat. Still we are finding that people are going for the Hajj, they are going to the Prophet Muhammad Masjid Nabawi. That is a grave in Medina. They are going there, Makkah then Medina. Medina they are going for the grave of Prophet Muhammad, that is Masjid Nabawi. Musical influence, we have talked, that the Shama, that the spiritual ecstasy, means people go in the trance. And you might have seen the movie Jodha Akbar. In Jodha Akbar, that whirling dervishes, the dance, the Jodha Akbar, the whirling. They are having the great influence on the poetry, Qawwali, that Khushro is there. Some part that Khushro, the Sufism as a whole had left a prevailing imprint on the religion, culture, social life in India. The teachings of humility, love for God, and love for Prophet also, no? Prophet Muhammad also. The mysticism, these all things combined together make Sufism a unique place in the Indian cultural milieu.